Hi everyone, welcome back to the part 2 of Exploring Santiago. In this video, I want to show you a different side of the city, the artistic, creative, and cultural side.
Don't you wait until the morning light, the morning light. Far away until you're out of sight, you're out of sight. 'Cause you gotta live now while you can. Gotta live now while you can. Don't look back, don't forget. Gotta live now while you can. Don't look back, don't forget. Gotta live now while you can. Don't look back, don't forget. Gotta live now while you can. Don't look back, don't forget. Gotta live now while you can.
No como de idea, para estrella, no como tú.
Mexico.
What is this cake?
That's a dulce de leche. Dry
Basically,
peach.
we make a dessert out of this. We see here. So basically, it's the same juice that we use in that dessert, but in a form
Is
of
it quite sweet?
Yes, it is quite sweet. Loarca, it's near the coast.
Savage.
So, this sandwich you see is our version of what it would be an Mito Mayo. Mito Mayo. Made miso avis, which basically is a shrimp broth that we often fill with some chunky pepper. Broth, as well as the last course, this is fully vegetarian. Desserts. We try to put in one course. Some rose water, and it's filled with some strawberry jam. And lastly, we got our cream.
You pick.
Ada juga untuk sekarang